Yo, what is going on YouTube? What's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for hitting play on this one today, man. Today we're checking out Creedence Clearwater Revival, Someday Never Comes. Okay, so this one has been requested down in the comment section right here, man. CCR diving in with Mr. John Fogerty. Okay, so this one, Someday Never Comes. I don't think this one has been requested a lot, but I did see it, so I pulled it up. It's one of those less requested features, but of course I usually go to the ones that are like mostly requested, so went off the beaten path here and picked this one today. So I don't know how many people are going to tune in that have heard this one. Like I said, I haven't seen it as a big request, but you know, it doesn't always have to be. Sometimes I'm going to dive into the lesser known, or at least what I think might be, once again, just based off that. So let's go ahead and dive into this one. Check it out, man. See what they're dishing out right here. I do have quite the catalog of CCR on the channel if you're new here, so feel free to check those out as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the description if you enjoy rocking with the channel, man. Let's hit play and see what we're getting here. Here we go.
By the hand, saying someday you'll understand. Well, I'm here to tell you now that you're never mother's son. You better learn it fast, you better learn it young, 'cause someday never comes.
Ooh, that little drum pattern switch, the guitar's going on.
Time and tears went by, and I collected dust. For there were many things I didn't know. When Daddy went away, he said, try to be a man, and someday you'll understand.
Sounds very different from my typical CCR.
Oh, I'm here to tell you now, you should never mother's son. You better learn it fast, you better learn it young, 'cause someday
hot, dude.
Then one day in April, I wasn't even there. Oh, there were many things I didn't know. A son was born to me. Mama held his hand, saying someday you'll understand.
Always got the great message. Always.
Someday never comes. Thank you was September, the year I went away. Oh, there were many things I didn't know, and I still see him standing, trying to be a man. I said someday you'll understand.
Love his style of singing on this too.
But I'm here to tell you now, you should never mother's son. You better learn it fast, you better learn it young, 'cause someday never comes. Ooh, someday never comes.
This is a beautiful one from CCR, man. Really awesome one from CCR right here, man. I did notice it was a little longer too than our typical. It's that bass too low there, dude. Mm. So CCR right here, very wise words, man. He's kind of talking about how his parents or mentors, whatever it is in the world where you're put in that position where somebody's looking up to you for some knowledge and asking you some questions, and he's pretty much saying, "Hey, son, you're gonna understand this one day through your own experiences, through the walk of life. You'll get this. You'll understand it." Well, he's kind of saying you should have just explained it in the moment. You got to prepare your kids. You got to let them know more information because someday may never come. In this case, someday never came. So then we're creating people, helping build these people who are doomed to repeat our same mistakes and maybe never learn those life lessons that we thought they would pick up along the way when we could have prepped them, we could have prepared them, we could have helped them. And this really hits in some areas where I'm thinking of not just a simple daily mistake, but hey, what if we're talking about big mistakes? What if we're talking about like racism, things like that, things that, if we just teach our young better, hate of all sorts, we just teach them better, they don't have to turn out to be these hateful creatures that kind of end up walking the earth, you know what I mean? And harming others. So let's teach them young. But at the end of the song, it almost sounded like he was doomed to repeat the cycle with his own kid, right? It sounded like at the end verse, his kid's asking him a question. He's saying, "Hey, someday you'll understand it. Someday it'll all make sense." But with just another wise direction and another wise topic on the track right here. I think it's wonderful, man. Hey, let's teach them while they're young, okay? Don't put it off on the world to teach your kids. Let's start that as parents. Let's start that as mentors. Let's start that as leaders. And once again, maybe not just your kids, but anybody who you can influence. Let's try to give them a positive message, man. And what they do with that, well, at least you did your part. You know what I mean? At least you did your part. I really like this from CCR. Let's go ahead and see if we can get any backstory on Someday Never Comes, but a fire track from these guys, man. All right, right here we got Someday Never Comes from CCR, released in 1972, considered roots rock, country rock. And you got John Fogerty on this one as the songwriter, man. It came out, it says the single reached number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100 in June 1972 with Doug Clifford's Tearing Up the Country releases the B-side. This is the final single released by CCR before they officially broke up in 1972. I mean, what a strong song to come out with. I don't quite remember if that breakup was a long breakup, if that was the one that, I don't know. We'll go ahead and see if I can click on that and see about their years active. But it sucks if it was a long breakup because they had so much work to be done. This is another outstanding message. I love that their songs typically have a strong message behind them. I love that kind of stuff, man. So this is Record World said this is perhaps the strongest cut on the album with outstanding lyrics and vocals. I love the way he was singing on that thing. Fogerty stated in 2013 that the song is about his parents and his own divorce. When I wrote this song, my life was pretty chaotic. I knew my marriage was going to break up. My band was falling apart. I was beginning to sense the darkness that was Fantasy Records. This song was inspired by my parents' divorce when I was a young boy and the effect it had on me. At the time, they told me, someday you'll understand. The truth is that you never do. And I found myself facing this as a parent. The irony was painful and inescapable. Like I said, this song could cover the landscape of so many situations that life throws at us. Marriage, divorce being one of those. It can cover literally anything that you're not prepared to handle, that somebody could have prepared you for. They knew it, but they didn't pass that information on to you and said, one day you'll understand. You'll get it one day. Well, in that moment, let's just take a moment to like expand on that, explain it. He's just saying, hey, maybe if they had given me a better situation at home, or maybe even if they went through the situation that they did, the divorce, you could have talked to me more. You could have prepped me for maybe how to become a better partner, how to become a better man. I get it. I definitely get the story being told here, man. Some of us had to figure it out on our own, and we're lucky we didn't become the statistic and the status quo that happened in our own families. Some of us dodged that, but I could totally understand how some people just fall right back into that cycle. I could totally understand it. It's not an easy thing to not turn out right in the same cycle that you were in, but at some point somebody's got to break that cycle, man. But I like this song very, kind of looking in the rearview mirror and just seeing how things could have been differently, but hopefully not creating that same cycle for the next one. All right, so dope track right here by the guys. Let's go ahead and see if 1972 was a bad, yeah, dude. I mean, 1959 to 1972. That was literally the last year. So I think everything after that maybe is John Fogerty on his own, because I know at some point he's been able to get back his identity with the tracks that he wrote, and he's been able to tour with those songs now, right? But it took a long time, and 1972 was indeed. So we're hearing this song off their last year, which is a very amazing song, man. Shout out to CCR, shout out to John. I love his lyrics all the time, man. So shout out to whoever put me onto this in the comment sections as well, man. Great choice. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for supporting and showing love to the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the description. Let me know more from CCR. Please consider becoming a member. YouTube, Patreon. $3 is all it takes to greatly help me, man. Thank y'all so much. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.